other styles, talk about informal assessments. The first thing we want to talk about is what is informal assessments. And basically, informal assessments are where we're checking to see where students are in relation to the goal. What is their progress? It's different from formal assessments because it's not a standardized test checking for mastery. It's just looking at to see where they're at that point. And it's part of the day-to-day instruction. So it allows us to adjust teaching as needed, whether the students are struggling and need additional practice. A lot of these are aesthetic assessments, so it's some of them are looking at just rote memorization, like vocabulary and stuff like that. But a lot of it is also looking at application of what is learned in a real world setting. First informal assessment is independent practice. So this is showing what they know and are able to do at that time. So it could be just quick little problem solving questions, or it could be a more in-depth project. But use of rubrics and checklists kind of give directions and help keep students on track. Students can use different computer resources like PowerPoint, Word, Excel, so whether it's Microsoft or Google, which allows for the different programs inside of those programs. So use speech to text, spell checker, magnification, translation, all of those things to help students. What we use is Blackboard tools. So we put students in individual breakout rooms and they can use whiteboard tools like typing, writing, drawing on the whiteboards in order to give them options on input. Some of the disadvantages here would be it does take time for planning and evaluation. Also, students may struggle with technology, so they need to be taught that, and they may not have it at home, so it would have to be an in-class activity. Next one is journals. So journals allow students to reflect on their learning, and answering those specific questions helps keep students on track. It also gives a lot more in-depth feedback on whether or not they got it or not, and can reveal misconceptions. So some of the assistive technology here would be use of recording software or computer software. So it would be helping students that can have problems with typing or writing. The sentence starters, they help keep students focused on what is being asked. Again, with this technology, they may have trouble with it and need to be taught. Also, for the recording software, they need a quiet area for recording so they're not disturbing others. Next one is review games. So this is looking at a learning at a specific time and measuring progress, but in a fun and engaging way. So we use gaming software like Kahoots or Quizits, and a lot of those softwares can give you real-time feedback to see where the students are struggling. Now, students may become a little bit more focused on the competition, and some may be fearful that their name doesn't appear on the scoreboard, but like I said, it is more fun and engaging for students. The last one is anticipatory sets. So we ask a question at the beginning of class and then again at the end of class to see how their answers have changed with their learning. So it allows students to reflect on what they've learned. So with us, we use the Blackboard tools again. We use private chat, typing on the whiteboard, stuff like that. But for a brick and mortar school, they mostly use handouts. And those handouts, with the students writing them down, helps them with memory. So they can remember what their answer was in the beginning as opposed to the end and allow them to reflect on that. But students may have trouble with writing with that, so may want to use Microsoft Forms or something like that instead. So there are many different types of informal assessments out there. I just went over a couple, but there are a lot more. And when you're choosing informal assessments, it is important to think about which informal assessment would be most effective in measuring the progress towards the goal. Use of that assistive technology helps those students with disabilities because it is important that you are measuring each and every student's progress towards that goal. The educational technology can help with that as well, making sure that you're reaching all students' needs and also interests. So it increases engagement and helps facilitate effective progress with that monitoring. So that is everything. Thank you very much.